What's up, Roger Report family? Get ready for an explosive start as we dive headfirst into the absolute barnburner between the Giants and the Cowboys. We saw a vintage performance from Russell Wilson, who was battling tooth and nail, but it all came down to one critical moment that could define his season. And then there's George Pickens, who was also locked in a fierce duel with Russell Wilson. These two former Steelers were putting on a show, trading blows in a game that had us all on the edge of our seats until the very last second. Who came out on top in this epic showdown? But the drama doesn't stop there. We're dissecting every angle of Russell Wilson's performance, from his incredible throws to that game-altering interception. Was it a miscommunication? A moment of panic? We break down exactly what happened and what it means for the Giants' future. And is Jaxson Dart the future? We're exploring the quarterback controversy that's brewing and whether Russell Wilson's near-perfect game was enough to silence the doubters, or if the pressure is still mounting. Stick around for all the details, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you don't miss a single play. Russell Wilson's roller coaster, a near-perfect game undone by overtime interception. Russell Wilson was on fire, silencing critics and showcasing a vintage performance that had Giants fans believing, until a heart-stopping interception in overtime sealed a brutal 40-37 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. This game wasn't just about a win or loss. It was a referendum on Wilson's place with the Giants, especially with rookie Jaxson Dart waiting in the wings. For most of the game, Wilson delivered an electrifying performance, throwing for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a stunning 48-yard bomb to Malik Neighbors in the final minute of regulation that put the Giants ahead. It was the kind of play that reminded everyone of his past glories, a stark contrast to the struggles that had sparked calls for Dart's immediate promotion. The Giants, plagued by penalties and a familiar inability to close out games, found themselves in a back-and-forth offensive battle with the Cowboys, a game that ultimately went to overtime thanks to a Brandon Aubrey field goal. However, in the extra period, Wilson's miscommunication with Neighbors led to a costly interception, handing the Cowboys a short field to secure the victory. This dramatic swing of fortune leaves the Giants at 0-2 and intensifies the debate around their quarterback situation, with Wilson's heroics overshadowed by a single, critical mistake. Audience impact. Fans are divided, with some praising Wilson's resilience and skill, while others point to the interception as proof that it's time for Jaxson Dart. Analysts are dissecting the Giants' penalty woes and their recurring struggles in close games against division rivals. But was Wilson truly to blame, or was it a perfect storm of circumstances? We're digging deeper into the chaos that ensued, and next, we'll explore how George Pickens played a pivotal role in the seesaw battle. Steelers reunion showdown. Pickens outlasts Wilson in overtime thriller. In a game that felt like a reunion for former Steelers, George Pickens and Russell Wilson battled in a back-and-forth offensive explosion that ultimately saw the Cowboys edge out the Giants 40-37 in overtime. For much of the contest, Wilson was orchestrating a masterful comeback, slinging passes for over 400 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a go-ahead bomb to Malik Neighbors with mere seconds left in regulation. It was a performance that silenced doubters and showcased the veteran's ability to still deliver in clutch moments. On the other side, George Pickens, looking to make his mark with the Cowboys, also had his moments, including a crucial touchdown grab that put Dallas back in contention. The game was a true seesaw affair, with both teams trading blows and momentum shifts. Pickens' ability to set up the game-winning field goal and Wilson's near-heroic comeback attempt highlighted the unpredictable nature of the NFL. However, overtime brought costly mistakes for both sides, with Wilson throwing a crucial interception and Pickens being flagged for offensive pass interference. In the end, it was a late catch by Pickens that set up the game-winning field goal, allowing the Cowboys to capitalize on the Giants' turnover and secure the victory. Audience impact. Fans are buzzing about the former Steelers' connection and the dramatic swings of fortune. Analysts are debating whether Pickens' crucial plays were enough to justify his trade and how Wilson's performance, despite the loss, impacts the Giants' quarterback dynamic. That interception by Russell Wilson was a pivotal moment, but what exactly led to it, and how did it unravel his incredible game? We're spilling all the details next, and then we're diving into the intense quarterback drama surrounding Wilson and Jaxson Dart. Giants collapse, Wilson's heroics marred by overtime interception and coaching woes. Russell Wilson delivered a career-defining performance for the Giants, throwing for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, but it wasn't enough to overcome a costly overtime interception and a pattern of self-inflicted wounds in a gut-wrenching 40-37 loss to the Dallas Cowboys. For 3 quarters, Wilson was spectacular, silencing critics and silencing the whispers about rookie Jaxson Dart. He led multiple go-ahead drives in the fourth quarter, including a stunning 32-yard touchdown pass to Wan'Dale Robinson and a 48-yard bomb to Malik Neighbors with just 25 seconds left in regulation. However, a game-tying touchdown by the Cowboys and a miraculous 64-yard field goal sent the game into overtime. It was there that Wilson's luck ran out. A miscommunication with Neighbors on a deep pass resulted in a crucial interception, handing the Cowboys excellent field position. The Giants, who were also plagued by a staggering 14 penalties for 160 yards, once again found a way to lose, extending their winless streak against the Cowboys. Head coach Brian Daboll expressed his frustration, highlighting the team's inability to learn how to win, a stark contrast to the Cowboys' approach. The insertion of Jaxson Dart for a few snaps also added fuel to the ongoing quarterback controversy, despite Dart himself praising Wilson's performance. Audience impact. Giants fans are in disbelief, citing penalties and the inability to finish games as the primary culprits. The debate over Wilson versus Dart is intensifying, with many questioning Daboll's game management and decision-making. Could Russell Wilson have done anything more to secure that win, or was it simply a case of the Giants beating themselves? We're breaking down the entire game, and next, we'll look at how this performance might have surprised even the Seahawks. Russell Wilson's ghost of glory past almost proved Seahawks wrong before overtime collapse. Russell Wilson delivered a performance reminiscent of his Seattle Seahawks glory days, almost leading the Giants to a stunning upset over the Dallas Cowboys before overtime chaos intervened in a 40-37 defeat. For the majority of the game, Wilson was exceptional, silencing the growing chorus calling for rookie Jaxson Dart to take over. He threw for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, showcasing his signature deep ball with a crucial 48-yard touchdown pass to Malik Neighbors in the game's dying moments. This resurgence was a stark reminder of the quarterback who once led the Seahawks to Super Bowl glory. However, the Giants' persistent issues with penalties and their inability to close out games continued to haunt them. After the Cowboys tied the game with a field goal, the game went to overtime, where Wilson's attempt at another miracle play resulted in a game-ending interception. This single mistake overshadowed an otherwise brilliant performance, leaving fans to wonder what could have been. Despite the loss, Wilson demonstrated he still possesses the magic required to win games, even if the surrounding circumstances, including a staggering 14 penalties, made it an uphill battle. Audience impact. Seahawks fans are watching with interest, perhaps wondering if they let a capable veteran go too soon. Giants supporters are torn between appreciating Wilson's near-perfect game and lamenting the critical error that cost them the win. Could this performance be a turning point for Russell Wilson and the Giants, or is the quarterback controversy far from over? We'll wrap it all up with a lightning round recap and a full call to action. All right, Roger Report crew, what a wild ride. We saw Russell Wilson put up massive numbers against the Cowboys, but an overtime interception sealed the Giants' fate. George Pickens was clutch for Dallas, making key plays in a back-and-forth thriller. The quarterback controversy for the Giants is heating up, with Wilson's stellar play overshadowed by that late-game mistake. And we're keeping a close eye on Jaxson Dart's future role. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more epic NFL breakdowns, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment with your thoughts on the Giants game, and follow us on all social platforms for behind-the-scenes action. We'll see you next time.